It's already been a month since the 11.0 update for Splatoon 3 released. Time has passed, and I've been playing a lot recently. So now, here I am, to give my verdict about this groundbreaking update. The first topic we're gonna talk about is Flow Aura. When this feature was first revealed, I wasn't quite happy about it. Basically, if someone is capable of splatting multiple enemies in quick succession, then, by skill alone, he already has an advantage over the enemy team. So, Flow Aura essentially would just give him an even bigger advantage, right? But I was completely wrong about this. The perks you get by going into Flow Aura aren't particularly noticeable. Getting a boost in your swim speed or in resistance isn't going to help you much on winning a fight. And the pain that scatters around you when it activates, while being somewhat useful, isn't going to help you that much neither. With that said, the Flow Aura perks can definitely be noticed by the player using them, but not by his enemies. Making Flow Aura a great incentive for trying to keep getting more splats in order to extend it as long as possible. It's very satisfying going on an aura farming streak. But if you happen to lose a fight against an aura user, you will definitely not say, "He killed me because he was an aura!" because its perks are almost unnoticeable and don't really give the aura user much of an advantage. In short, Flow Aura rewards good players with satisfaction and small perks, motivating them to keep getting more splats, while not making them annoying to fight to the enemy. I love this mechanic and I definitely want to see it back in future games. The next topic are health bars. I also wasn't quite sure about this feature when it was revealed. Even before, you could already tell if an enemy was weak, because he would be covered in your ink. I thought that this was something that you would obtain from experience, the ability to know if someone was weak by looking at their filthy paint-covered inkling, and that it could set apart rookie players from more experienced ones. But in the end, I also like this feature. It could help you track weak enemies at distances you will not be able to see them covered in your ink. So basically, this feature will help players pick their fights more smoothly. It also can let you know if someone in your own team is weak, and it indirectly buffed every tracking ability in the game, like Point Sensor or Wave Breaker, and those really deserve the buff, honestly. So it's a good change overall. Hitboxes. This update also tweaked the player hitboxes and bullet sizes, making mostly every weapon in the game easier to aim with, since their shots are basically bigger now, especially benefiting more accurate, shorter range weapons like the Splattershot Jr. or the Aerospray. The hitbox size for swimming squids was also greatly reduced. That's fine, I guess. I never really thought much about the specific change, honestly. And that would be about it for hitboxes. For some reason, Stealth Jump was nerfed in this update. I am not happy with this change. At all. But Kadett, the nerf is not that big. It only slows your flight speed according to how far away you're jumping. Yeah, but why make it do that? Since Splatoon 2, Stealth Jump has been a mere shadow of what it used to be in Splatoon 1. A memory of the past. And I think it was one of the few meta things in Splatoon 1 that actually was decently balanced. Yeah, having a completely invisible jump may seem unfair, but I think taking half an hour to even leave the ground in the first place should make up for it. People even used to look for stealth jumpers up in the sky. Plus, even if someone was using a stealth jump, if he jumps to a stupid location, he's gonna get killed regardless. Not to talk about the fact that it basically removes the option to super jump out of a bad situation most of the time, due to how slow it is. But anyways, let's just assume this Splatoon 2 nerf/rework, since the ability itself is still pretty good. Why nerf it even further? Wasn't the limited range stealth in the jump supposed to make up for having the same jump speed as normal? Now we have both disadvantages, the limited range stealth and the reduced jump speed. Well, I mean, it doesn't really even compare to the slowness of stealth jump in Splatoon 1, but you get my point. Now, you may think, but Kadett, you only go slow when jumping far away. Nuh-uh, you can totally tell the difference even when jumping to mid. Let's say you're playing Clan Blitz, and your team just scored, but you happen to be dead. However, there is a power clam under your basket, so you grab it on respawn and stealth jump the whole way to the enemy basket while the team is there fighting them. In that case, consider yourself lucky to get there in time for the next map rotation. And the worst of all, this also applies to beacons. This just makes no sense at all. My jump is invisible when jumping to beacons, using a stealth jump or not. This change is just pointless, honestly. The stealth jump was perfectly fine before this nerf, and they just made it weaker for no reason. Change not approved. But hey, there actually is a good balance change in this update. Dynamo Roller is so back. After being a shitty weapon for the entirety of Splatoon 2 and 3, it got its completely well-deserved buff after years of being trash. It did not only get a considerable pain buff, but it also got a damage fall-off upgrade, essentially increasing its effective range. The buffs to the main weapon, paired with its sprinkler and cooler kit, definitely make it a more desirable and effective choice. There were other minor balance changes in this update, like Heavy Splatling getting a slight pain buff or Umbrella consuming less ink, but the Dynamo was definitely the star of the show here. So those were all the remarkable changes in the update. In the end, while not really adding new content, it did freshen up the game a bit with Flow Aura, improved quality of life with health bars, and pulled Dynamo Roller out of its grave, even though they nerfed Stealth Jump for some reason. So what do you guys think about this update? Was it good? Did it live up to the hype? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.